Harden is, at this point in time, averaging damn near 31 points a game, 30.9 points a game, 8.7 assists, around 5 rebounds. Of course, his numbers on the assist side and the rebounding side have slipped a little bit since last year, but that's to be expected. You got CP3 there to get those assists. And Houston, as I said before, my biggest problem with Houston is that the number of assists that they have a game. The Houston Rockets are 24th in the NBA in assists. That's a problem to me. They're only averaging 21.7 assists per game right now in the regular season, and they're rolling. So in the playoffs, when the game slows down and that 21.7 dips down to 18, 19, 17, it's going to be a problem because then you're going to deal with more iso ball type of situations. And yes, you do have Chris Paul there to help make plays in the mid-range, to keep you rolling and to keep you going throughout the game. Yes, they can blitz you all game. But when the game slows down, they're not going to be putting up 113 points a game in the playoffs. They might be putting up 108, 109. That is going to be a problem for them because then you have to depend on Ryan Anderson, who's been in and out of the lineup this year. They've been dealing with some injuries. I still say that I think Chris Paul needs at least 4 to 6 games of rest before the playoffs.
I do too.
So what is your opinion on the Rockets? I'll be right back.
I think that you somewhat over-exaggerate the lack of assists. The reason why I think you somewhat over-exaggerate the lack of assists is because how many teams have 2 playmakers like James Harden and Chris Paul? If we talk about top playmakers damn near ever, those are 2 of the probably top 25 best playmakers ever. So most teams don't have those 2 guys that they can lean up on when shit gets rough. Most teams don't have those guys who can make plays for other people when shit gets rough. So the fact that I forgot what rank he said they were in assists, but the fact that they are that rank in assists doesn't really bother me too much. And I mean, I've just been saying it all year. Like, there's no reason. I think James Harden is the MVP, and there's no reason that this team can't make the conference finals and at least win 2 games against the Warriors. But even with the way the Warriors been hurt, who the fuck knows? I think that the Rockets are good enough to, if the Warriors have an inlet, like let's say Steph has an ankle, let's say KD has a rib, or they can still probably do it without Clay. But if one of their main 2 guys gets an injury, I think the Rockets are good enough that they can take them to 7. So, yeah, all year I've been saying I like this Rockets team. This is the best team Harden has had. This is the best team Chris Paul has been on. So, all year I've been saying I like this Rockets team. I love them. I love what they can do.
Yeah, you will.
And they can win a game
until the second round. Until the second round. Also, sorry, I had to go and relieve myself. I had to see a guy about a horse.
Also, they can win a game any type of way you have to win a game. They can win with the way this Rockets team is constructed. They can beat you winning like a 125 to 120 game, and also they can beat you in a 100 to 94 game. They can muck the game up too if they really want to. Harden is one of those special players where it's like, even though he's not a post player, if you want, you can also have no pace to the game if Harden's playing as well because of his ability to just draw fouls.
Yeah.
So you can have the game stop every single possession as well because Harden can just draw fouls so well.
Yeah.
And put guys in foul trouble. So I think they can win any type of game we have to win. And yeah, I just like the Rockets, man. Like, I mean, I've been saying it all year. I have they haven't done anything that I have new thoughts about.
Yeah, I feel you. So, I'm cool with that. We can go ahead and we can move on from that. Cause
they do need to get right in setback because sometimes they play a little too small. Mm-hmm. They do have a little problem with big men sometimes, but in most of the matchups, they can shoot their way out of it. It's not that big of a deal, but that is one thing I do know is like Ryan Anderson would be a big help coming back. At least he's a guy who's 6'10" and can shoot threes.